All right, let's get right into it. Today we're talking about something that can change everything on a job site in literally seconds: fire safety. And listen, this isn't just about ticking boxes for regulations. It's about building a culture where every single person on site is protected.
So let me ask you something, and just be honest with yourself for a second. If a fire kicked off right where you are right now, do you know exactly what you would do? That split-second decision, it can mean everything.
And that's the scary reality on any job site, isn't it? You've got heat sources, flammable materials, tons of electrical gear. It's kind of the perfect storm. A tiny spark can blow up into a life-threatening blaze before you can even process what's happening.
Look, of course there are official OSHA regulations. And yeah, your employer has a duty to provide fire protection. But let's be real, a rulebook sitting on a shelf has never put out a fire. The real key, the thing that actually saves lives, is your own awareness and knowing what to do.
So let's start with your first line of defense if something goes wrong: the fire extinguisher. It's an absolutely vital tool, but, and this is a big but, it's only useful if you know which one to grab and, just as important, how to use it right.
Now this is something you've got to know. Not all fires are created equal. You got your Class A fires, which is your everyday stuff like wood and paper. Then you have Class B. That's flammable liquids. Think gas or grease. And finally, Class C, which is electrical fires. Using the wrong extinguisher, like putting water on an electrical fire, whoa, you can make a dangerous situation so much worse.
And here are 2 rules you absolutely cannot forget. Rule number 1, only, and I mean only, try to use an extinguisher if you've been properly trained on it. And rule number 2, only use it if the fire is small and contained. If that thing is starting to spread, your one and only job is to get out and call for help. Your life is always the top priority.
You know, you can make this a simple 3-second habit that can make a world of difference. Every time you walk past an extinguisher, just do a quick scan. Is the pressure gauge in the green? See any obvious damage? And maybe most important of all, could you grab it in a hurry? An extinguisher that's buried under a pile of stuff is basically just a heavy red decoration.
So, fighting a fire is one piece of the puzzle, but escaping one? That's a whole other story. This brings us to something that's always working in the background: your escape route. It's the one path that has to be 100% clear when every single second counts.
I mean, we've all seen this, right? A power tool left in a hallway, a pallet of materials dropped just for a minute. But in an emergency, with smoke filling the air and panic setting in, that little inconvenience suddenly becomes a life or death obstacle.
Just look at the difference here. It's night and day. The one on the left, that's a clear path to getting out safely. The one on the right, that's a potential death trap. This just proves that good housekeeping isn't about being neat. It's about engineering a safe escape for every person on that site.
So let's be super clear about this. These are not suggestions. They're non-negotiable rules. Paths stay clear. Doors, hallways, and stairways are never, ever blocked. And those exit songs have to be visible and lit up. This is the absolute bare minimum for a safe work site.
Okay, now I want to talk about the single most effective firefighting tool there is. You know what it is? It's preventing the fire from ever even starting. This is where you, personally, have an incredible amount of power.
And you really have to get this. Safety isn't just the foreman's job or the safety officer's job. It's everybody's responsibility. You're the one on the ground. You're the one seeing things your supervisor might miss. What you notice is totally invaluable.
And these are the kinds of things you should be on the lookout for. You see a frayed electrical cord? That's a fire just waiting to happen. See a pile of cardboard next to a temporary heater? That's asking for trouble. If a tool is sparking or getting way too hot, don't just put it down and walk away. You got to report it.
But, you know, reporting a hazard is really only half the job. Tell your supervisor, call the safety hotline, whatever your site's process is. But the really crucial second step is to follow up. Circle back and make sure the problem was actually fixed. Seeing the risk is step 1. Making sure it's gone is how you actually close that safety loop.
So as we start to wrap this up, everything we've talked about, extinguishers, clear exits, reporting hazards, it all really boils down to one simple, powerful idea.
This right here, this is the heart of it all. Everything else we do, every other safety measure, is what happens after prevention has already failed. So your number one goal every single day should be to make sure that failure never happens in the first place.
By staying alert and having the courage to speak up, you're the person who can stop a small problem before it spirals into a total disaster.
You have the power to break that chain of events that leads to a catastrophe.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. It's really a call to action. The next time you're on the job, today, what is the one specific fire hazard you will actively keep an eye out for? Don't just think about safety. Go out there and practice it. The hazard you spot might just be the life you save.